the Retro Cartoon Rewatch with both Damien G and Hokage 22, brought to you in part, and Thor, brought to you in part by Big Gold Belt Media, your one-stop shop for all things entertainment. Thank you to twitch.tv/Damien G Show, youtube.com/Damien G Reviews, and find me on social media all across the board if I feel like it at Damien G Show. So you've been here, you know the deal already. If you haven't been, here's a quick synopsis. Cartoons from back in the day, we watch them here. We've been focusing on Dragon Ball Z, but not the actual Dragon Ball Z, the abridged one, the spoof, the parody, the one that now has headcanon, like we talked about yesterday. So if you're new here, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get granular conversations about something. Yep, exactly, Thor. Granular conversations about things that shouldn't be taken seriously, unlike people on Facebook who like to take things way too serious.
Unfortunately, we have those people in any kind of community. They'll take a snippet of anything that we do and take it way too seriously.
Exactly. A crumb, a snippet, a highlight, a clip, a mention, a remark, a snide, a slight of any kind, a correction, well, by the way, none of that. All of it and none of it at the same time. But that's beside the point because we keep on trucking here at the Retro Cartoon Rewatch. Dragon Ball Z Abridged. It's not the real one, but you'd be hard-pressed to tell if it's not because a lot of it, as you can see, Hokage's Funko Pops collection behind him, sometimes the headcanon makes more sense than the actual canon. And yes, Wade, I see ya. I see you. I need to pay some bills first. I got to do some promo stuff first. So forgive me. We will get to Wade and his dad joke of the day. Wade Ilson, the fixture of the Retro Cartoon Rewatch, where he does the wrestling run-in, drops a dad joke, and runs on out, and typically spends the entire stream going "Ayo" or pause. So you know he's one of us. So again, folks, thank you for joining us. Brought to you in part, as I said, by Big Gold Belt Media. Be on the lookout for Big Gold Belt Media's review on Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. That's 1. 2, I have 3 reviews coming out in the next couple of days on some indie programming. I like to do the programming and the movies that no one else wants to do because it's random. So I've been doing a lot of teen dramedies, I guess is the best way to phrase it. It's the shows that you hate to watch, but once you start watching it, you can't turn it off. Especially one I've been watching recently. I can't spoil it. All I can say, it's a mix between Fast and the Furious meets One Tree Hill and Dawson's Creek. Actually, I can't spoil it because that actually did drop last week, so I can spoil it. The review for Motorheads on Prime Video, season 1 of Motorheads. It is a mix of Fast and Furious meets One Tree Hill meets Dawson's Creek. Trust me, it's better than you think and not as bad as you hope. But the review will be on the channel later on this week. What episode are we up to, Hokage?
I'm pretty sure we are up
I'm guessing 38.
Yeah, 38.
Cool. Oh, here we go. Oh, see, Wade likes to keep us guessing here at the Retro because sometimes he'll chime in on YouTube, sometimes on Facebook. Today, he's on Twitch, twitch.tv/Damien G Show. You know what? And we skipped a couple. Sorry. Wade, you flooded the chat, man. It's taking a minute. Hold on. You know what? They timed you out for a split second there. What time it is, baby? See, I didn't even think he said it, and he said it, baby.
That's
fun fact,
funny.
I didn't know he said it. I just said baby because I just wanted to say it. So go figure. Go figure. Wade knows me very well.
I'm excited.
Most bald people still own a comb. Okay. Comb your beard, to quote the Juggernaut, bitch. Comb your beard. See, he's changing his approach. It goes from riddles and puns to just limericks. These are like little limericks now. Most bald people still own a comb. They just can't part with it. You know what, Wade? Whenever you play a joke that just gets that kind of response, we're going to play the oops theme from Wild Arbs. Oops. Wade is telling jokes. Wade is telling jokes. They're so bad it makes us cringe. But that's his fault. Horrible, 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 horrible. That jokes are Wade. Horrible, that jokes are Wade. That we put up with all these jokes because Wade's pretty cool. He's got a better joke. 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 Ha! His better joke is Florida pizza.
Yikes.
You know what? No. You get the Fatal Fury music. As you can tell, folks, I'm in a playful mood today. Today has been one of those days where, you know what? If I'm going to stream, I'm going to stream my way. To quote Limp Bizkit, my way or the highway. He doubles down, though, on Florida Chinese food. You're just letting me know you missed the East Coast, bro. That is what you're letting me know right now. You are letting the audience know that you missed the East Coast. And I love you too. And don't say Florida's the East Coast because it's South. I'm talking about the Northeast. You missed the Northeast. You missed bodegas. You missed the 99-cent store. You missed the corner dude. You missed the Chinese food. And you missed the barbershop that actually didn't charge you $150 for a haircut like I do.
God damn.
I miss my Ukrainian barbers over on Astoria Boulevard. Shout out to those guys. Racist as fuck, but cut gray hair. And yes, they were Ukrainian. But they did teach me a lot about EuroLeague soccer, or football. So good on them.
Nice.
Anywho's, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, episode 38. Let's get into it. Because the following is a fan-based parody. Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release. Buy Laserdisc.
This is a parody. Buy the fucking show.
Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
In other words, buy the fucking show.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Pretty sure I was about...
Did she just fart?
Oh, no, that was just an anime sound effect.
Oh, okay. I thought you moved the microphone. It sounded like a fart, so...
Nope.
Oh, wow.
She farted. That was a fart.
It's an anime sound effect just to be like... almost like a sigh of relief.
Oh, wow. Pretty sure I was about to be a wish there. Oh, God, the baby! Oh, there you are.
Look at that. See? Baby Trunks knows. He's over here trying to grab at the teat. He
already
knows
clinging
what the deal is. Already clinging on to mama boobs. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Aw, don't worry, Trunky. It was just an explosion. You'll get used to those. Those happen a lot around Mommy.
I could have sworn I saw somebody else in the car with you.
Hmm?
Hey, Yajirobe, what is it, Corin? Why don't you go help out the gang? Oh, sure, Corin. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
You know, I just realized something. Hold on one second.
Hmm.
Let me rewind. Does Bulma dye her hair?
I don't think so.
So how does Trunk have purple hair? If Vegeta's hair is black, and Bulma's hair is aquamarine, how does Trunks have purple hair?
It's just a
She
darker
dyes her
shade
hair.
of whatever she. I don't think so. I like to think it's just because with Bulma's genetics, where her hair is like a bright color and Vegeta's black hair is like a stark contrast. This is just a verging of the two, where it's a meet in the middle. So it's
I don't
just
think
her hair, just a like a darker shade. That's my only guess as to why he has purple hair.
that's how it works, but I'll take it as a theory. I just don't think that's how it works.
That's my only theory.
Too easy of a joke to follow up on. I'll leave that one alone. It's a theory. We'll leave it at that. He's retired.
Around mommy.
I could have sworn I saw somebody else in the car with you.
Hey, Yajirobe,
Hey,
what is
Yajirobe.
it, Corin? Why don't you go help out the gang? Oh, sure, Corin. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
You could die. Hasn't anyone realized? Hasn't anyone realized with this team or with this group of characters, what's the worst that can happen? You die.
You die and get brought back. You die and get brought back by the dragon, who hates bringing people back to life.
In this universe, he hates bringing
Yes.
people back to life.
Absolutely.
Let's preface that. In this specific universe.
I gotta rock up my butt.
Rock your butt. Fuck him. I say it again. What are you even doing here? Why are you even here?
Why are you even here? You don't. Ever since the Saiyan saga, he does nothing in the show.
No one does.
Nothing.
No one from Dragon Ball does anything. Because even after a while, Piccolo doesn't do anything, and he's from Dragon Ball.
TN is the only one that actually kind of does
gotta
stuff.
be kidding me. He got away again, and not a nut or bolt to be found. Not that you had any nuts to begin with.
Look, I don't mean to tell you how to be a father, but why didn't you try and save your wife and son?
My what, my son?
Wait, you mean you two never got married?
What is that? Some kind of food?
No, just listen. When two people love each other.
Oh, wow.
God.
I'm just f***ing with you. My God, who doesn't know what marriage is?
Goku doesn't.
Goku, he thinks a bride is food. If you don't believe us, go watch Dragon Ball.
Also, love each other? Making
Making
a lot of assumptions here.
So, I thought you guys were fighting androids. Why was Dr. Giro here?
You know, I've always wanted to know why. Hold on.
So, I thought
Hold
you
on.
guys were fighting androids. Why was Dr.
Why did Bulma decide to give Trunks these little beanie devil horns?
For the life of me, I don't know why she did this. I mean, the only thing that I could think of is to protect his head from whenever she accidentally drops him, because it's Bulma. But at the same time, I don't know. It looks dumb.
And he's got a weird looking part here that looks like it got left on from Ash Wednesday. And it's still here. It just won't go away. It's interesting to see spoilers as you watch Dragon Ball Super when future Trunks comes back compared to modern day Trunks. The temperaments are two completely different temperaments. And you know why?
Absolutely.
And it's talked about. One was brought up in a safe environment. The other was brought up in hell. The one brought up in the safe environment is a spoiled brat. The one brought up in literal hell is one of the most kindest, gentlest, nurturing people on the planet. Go
Not
figure.
to mention, He's the only half-breed Saiyan that gets shit done. He doesn't let anybody like power up to full power, like at all. Even in Super, he tries to kill people off quickly.
We do that a lot. Standing there watching people power up. So I realize this too. That's not a Dragon Ball thing. That's an anime thing. For as much as we want to blame Dragon Ball for the heroes allowing the villains to power up, that is an anime trope. And for me personally, I'm over here thinking, logically, why in the world would I allow anyone to power up to full power when I could kill you right then and there? Which gets brought up later on in season 3 because it'll demoralize him. I don't want to demoralize anybody, and I'm saying it wrong on purpose. Demoralize, or because there'll be an even better fight later. If I got you on the ropes, I'm finishing you off so I can go home, get my dick sucked, and go read a book.
Yeah, in an actual fight, if you're transforming mid-fight, that is an open space for me to just say, all right, time to get as many heavy hits as I can and try to take you down as quickly as possible.
Correct.
Dr. Giro here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who that?
Scientist, worked for the Red Ribbon Army, adequate with robotics.
Oh, hey, Mr.
See, what I don't like is Krillin's acting as if he doesn't know who the Red Ribbon Army is, even though in the original Dragon Ball, he does know who the Red Ribbon Army is.
I haven't seen Dragon Ball, so I don't know if he was a part of the
Don't tempt me with a bad time. Don't tempt me with a bad time, because then this channel will strictly be a Dragon Ball review channel.
I'm not trying to argue semantics or anything. I am literally just saying I don't know if he was a part of the raid when Goku destroyed the Red Ribbon Army, but I do know that he was in the vicinity of the Red Ribbon Army. Krillin specifically.
Oh no, I wasn't saying it to mock you. I was literally saying it as don't threaten me with a good time if we're going to go back and watch OG Dragon Ball on this channel, because then we're not going to do a retro cartoons. We are literally going to be a Dragon Ball channel, and YouTube has 17,000 of those already.
You can't say. You may want to hear this.
You f***ing failure!
Hold on a second.
You told us 2 androids, May 12th, 10 a.m., South City.
Well, 9 miles off of...
And what happens? We waste our time on the wrong f***ing androids.
Look, I was... how old is that baby?
About 10 months.
10 months old at the time.
How about next time you come back to give someone a heads up, you give them a goddamn photo?
Just listen. I think traveling back in time may...
So this is the first thing. This is what you brought up yesterday. The fact that Trunks's armor, proverbial armor, is now chipping away because he was wrong. That's one. He's never been around his dad, so he's not used to a dude lambasting him verbally, right? Because the androids typically, they just like to fight. They don't really like to do mega exposition while fighting. They just want to fight you. Vegeta will talk shit to you to bring down your confidence. He is the living embodiment of the US military. Break you down to build you back up. And this is what he's doing to Trunks so far. Because look, already Trunks' head's down. He's like, oh shucks, what did I do?
The best way that I can describe Trunks' character in this series,
he's a
hero. He is a hero that is doomed to fail. The only time that he doesn't fail is whenever he comes back stronger to his own timeline. Like,
correct.
He fails, or he doesn't exactly fail at the beginning. Like, the only time that he's actually successful at the beginning of the show is whenever he kills Frieza. It's the only time that he's ever successful. But every other time he like interacts with his heroes, thinking that he's this not machismo type of person, but this very confident person. And then he realizes that the heroes that he's looked up to aren't exactly what they hold up to. And then that confidence gets brought down. And it gets brought down throughout the rest of the series until Perfect Cell comes out. So that's his entire character throughout this entire show. And it's written really well because TFS is working with a character that is already a fairly well-written character, but making him more interesting. So, I like what they did here with Trunks.
Okay.
They have caused a butterfly effect. The androids that kill you in the future could still appear.
I don't give a shit about butterflies.
Butterflies?
With all this time we've wasted,
Dr.
Dr.
Giro
has probably made it back to his lab already. This time we've wasted, Dr. Giro has probably made it
Dr.
back to his lab
Giro?
already. And God only knows where that is.
I know where that is.
You do?
You do? Why didn't you tell me?
Because this never came up before.
No, I meant
Please hold. Technical
in the
difficulties.
future.
Please hold. I'll be right back.
Never mind. How do you know?
All scientists know where other scientists' labs are. Dr. Frapp, Dr. Wheelo.
Who?
Long story. Last time I checked, Giro had a secret lab right outside North City.
Well, then it's time for round goddamn 2.
Wait! You can't just take off on your own.
Are you giving me orders?
No, I'm trying to help you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I don't listen to bastards.
God damn, Vegeta.
Uh,
Fucking ruthless.
Gohan,
Yeah?
You're a good kid.
you're a good kid.
Oh, thanks.
no,
An
we have
insult
to
that was
stop him.
so
Dad,
brutal
wait!
towards a kid that Piccolo was like, I need to make sure that Gohan knows that he's a good kid. Because what he just saw was like not a good example of good
Well,
parenting.
Well, also, Goku would never say that to Gohan. I don't even think Goku knows what the word bastard means, to be quite honest. But in this situation, I don't think he would say those things to Gohan. But again, thankfully, Vegeta's not his dad.
Thank
Wait,
God.
Dad?
Yeah, by the way, that kid's your son. No harm telling you now. Damage already.
Wait a minute.
Wait, Dad?
Oh, yeah, by the way, that kid's your son. No harm telling.
I'm going to let you say it.
What am I missing? Is it the shot specifically?
Yes.
They made her thick. And
They
just-
did this shit on purpose.
Absolutely. The best the best thing that I can compare it to now is the one shot in Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
I was just going to mention that. To you. But yeah, they did that joint on purpose. Look at that shit. Perfectly positioned. Perfectly positioned. See, okay, so Trunks, purple hair again, but in the manga, Bulma does have purplish hair in the manga. So
Telling you now. Damage already done.
Oh, wow. He grows up to be a cutie. And, oh my God, I solicited my son for sex.
yes, you did.
Mhm.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because it's hilarious.
You just
That's
learned
fine,
about it.
And it is hilarious.
Anyway, Gohan just learned about it.
And it
What the fuck animation is this? What the fuck? It's like somebody
don't
got
know.
drunk and decided to animate Krillin. This is bad
mean,
even for Newgrounds.
I mean, you can still tell that it's him. You still have the
Of
same
course.
like features from him.
But
But what
bruh.
exactly about this shot of Krillin makes you say that it's a bad drawing where a drunk person just said, I'm gonna fucking draw Krillin real quick.
that's exactly it. Look, first off, the lines that create the biceps, this line is longer than this line. It's not even symmetrical. It's a little too jagged around the shoulders, as if he's just got bones sticking out. He's not this skinny up top, as you'll see in later shots. It's almost as if this was done by TFS just to throw it in there as a filler shot.
Hmm.
Not
Fair
trying to
enough,
be
but
that
I don't have
guy.
too many gripes.
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Gohan, I think Bulma and the baby need to go home.
We do?
You do.
Well, it would be nice to check in on my dad.
Actually, I kind of need a ride too.
But
I...
Actually, I'd like you to take me home first.
But you.
But
Stop worrying, Gohan. I'm sure Goku's fine.
Meanwhile,
By
he
the
is
way-
currently dying.
also, good on Piccolo again for realizing, the adults in the room realizing, Gohan, you're crowd support. You are crowd control. Get everybody out of here. Because he's still
Get
a
everybody who-
child.
Yes. Just get everybody who can't fight out of here into a safe place. Then come back and try to give us moral support.
Well, it's the mistake that Piccolo made going back to the Saiyan saga, expecting a 4.5, 5-year-old to become this battle-hardened warrior in the span of a year when he hasn't had any real combat aside from running from Tyrannosauruses. So in reality, Piccolo learned Gohan's not a fighter. Let me not put him in this situation. Let me use him and not Krillin, because Krillin's the king of the Senzu Bean, to go and move the civilians. Let it be Gohan. No use in getting the youngest member of the team killed for no reason. So, like in the main timeline, they were smart to not let Gohan be at the battle. They learned their mistake from the Saiyan saga. Same thing with Chaozu. Tien learned his lesson. Not bringing you. You're like perpetually 9. We're not going to bring you. You're a child. You may be 45, but you're still a child
You're a child.
that wants McDonald's.
All right, made a miscalculation. A couple miscalculations. Lost an android and a
Alarm.
hand, and I think my brain case is loose. But there's no way they can follow me, and none of them know where to find my lab.
You were saying?
That's funny. They're all flying right toward my... Oh, find me in the Alps! No, there's no way they could have secured the location of my secret lab. Unless they know a scientist, like Wheelo or Frapp, or any of the brief...
Ah, shit.
Shit.
Oh, your father, huh?
Yeah, you never talk about Dad. What was he like?
He was a loner, had a lot of trouble making friends.
Have you known? Well, no, obviously, this is like 6-year-old Trunks compared to the Trunks we're seeing currently, but Bulma looks rather aged in this shot as opposed to how we see her previously. But this is probably about 6 years in the future when the shot is taken, 6 or 7 years in
That
the
is
future.
Very abrasive.
Am I a lot like him?
You have his gender.
You have
You
his
have
gender.
his gender.
You know, if you really wanted to help out, you could stop following me around and start searching these mountains.
I'm trying to save your life. If you just stop and listen to me.
The hell do you care?
Oh, come on. We both know I'm your son.
And are you as disappointed as I am?
Even his own family, he will give shit to.
All right, we've got a lot of ground to cover.
Please don't say what I think you're gonna say.
We should probably...
Here it comes.
See, look how better Krillin is drawn here. It's more smooth edged. He looks more detailed. He doesn't look like a drunk sketch. Even though never mind. Shout out, David.
stick together for safety.
Oh, thank our great God in the lookout.
I don't know. Probably cover more ground if we split up.
You shut your mouth.
Nah, he's got a good point.
Our great God damn it. Why am I so scared anyway? There's like a sextillion mountains around here. Chance of me running into him.
540,000 to 1.
So, again, Krillin, my guy, we have to talk. We got to talk.
You
You know what?
just got to get better at doing
We-
anything, Krillin, besides giving
We-
us
we-
senzu
we-
beans.
We got to talk, K-Dog, okay? What does it call himself? The Krill Master? Krill Master, we got to talk. Because your training methodologies that you were doing in preparation for the androids, you even said all you were going to do was throw Kamehamehas by the ocean. We need to fix this. You need a different training. And then you realize probably in the Boo saga, you know what? Let me not do what I need to do. But, bruh, 3 years for you to get three-pieced by Dr. Giro. Three-pieced.
Just by a quick sneak attack, grab, and slam.
Yep.
Dog.
You got dog walked already. That's why Tien is like, bring it on, bitch. See, Tien wants to smoke. Even if he gets dropped in 4 hits, he still wants to smoke.
Absolutely.
Fun. Lucky you. Ta-ta.
They just have his mouth open. Look. Sensu bean. And they should have thrown in here Sensu bean as he's eating it.
That would have been nice. And it would explain the next joke.
Yeah. Right here. They should have animated him putting the bean in his mouth and he just yelps out, Sensu bean.
Ah, there's no place like home. And the only person who even got close is currently incapacitated.
Hey guys, I found
See?
Dr. Giro and his lab. I found Dr. Giro's lab.
How does he think they can hear him?
He's just screaming really, really loud. But I think
Okay.
in actuality, in OG,
Canonically, yes.
canonically, I think either everybody's in the vicinity or he somehow knows how to use what is it? Telepathy.
Yes.
So
The
that's my-
Piccolo method of telepathy. Yes.
Yeah. It's my only real thought about this. But
Yeah.
it is
I-
kind of stupid to be like, hey, I found this lab. Hey guys.
I found it.
Lab! Inconceivable! How are you?
Sensu bean.
See, it would have been funnier had that would have resulted in Sensu bean. And then he would have just been fine.
I don't know what I was expecting. Please, if you wouldn't mind waiting for a moment, Tien, I have
Call him Tien. Because all bald guys look alike.
Apparently.
something I'd like to show you.
Okay. Oh crap! It's the androids.
I literally can't believe that worked.
I can. I can. When it comes to this group, I can.
Because they just do nothing but stand around and do
We
nothing.
do that a lot.
I also can't believe I may have to resort to 17 and 18. I should measure my choices. I can't be too careful with it.
Piccolo, over here! I found Giro's lab. Ah, my wrist.
Caution to the wind, then.
Hello, Dr. Giro. How are you today?
Well, that's new.
I'm just messing with you, man. What's up, Doc?
Oh, there it is. Good morning, Android 17.
Man, according to my database, it's been a while since you last turned us off.
You mean since you tried to destroy me?
Yeah, Doc, and I'm real broken up about
Yeah, real
that.
broken
It's
up.
just every time you talked, all I
Sorry
heard
about that,
was,
bud.
kill me, kill me, kill me. Something with my auditory. Think it's gone now, though.
Well, suppose you just needed to be turned off and on again.
How about that? You gonna wake my sister up too?
Indeed. I require both of your assistance.
So here's my, well, okay, never mind. It's answered already because Giro was complaining that he might have had to take about 2 hours to make a new hand, or 3 hours. But obviously he doesn't have that amount of time because the crew is banging
They're
at
at-
the door.
They are literally at the front door.
Correct.
Wow, must have gotten yourself in some shit.
Here, let me get in on this.
Now my wrist.
So that goes to show they're just trying to punch their way through things.
And it's not working.
It is not working at all. Not for nothing. Why did Toriyama Sensei give her a 5 head? Why?
He gave both of them 5 heads.
I know, but it's more. I really only paid attention when she popped out the pod. But man, look at the space between eyebrows and hairline. Shoot, I would say hers is higher than his, because at least his stops right here. This goes all the way up here.
And Krillin saw that and said, I want that.
It's Krillin. It's Krillin. That's all you need to know. It's Krillin.
Hello, Dr. Jero. How are...
I already did it.
You dick! We were supposed to do that together.
I know, but I couldn't help myself.
Whatever. What do you want?
What do you want?
Well, Son Goku's comrades are currently knocking at our door.
Ah, my other wrist. Jesus, use your shoulder.
After a bit of an incident earlier today, I lost Android 19 and my arm.
Wait a sec. You built another android?
Wait. Was it that fat clown thing? I thought that was a joke.
Well, clearly it was. It's dead.
And so are we if you don't.
Whoa, slow down. Are you an android?
Look at the way they froze
What?
this.
I'm so glad you paused that. I was like, what is this shot of him? Look, I'm doing my best Popeye impression.
It's like having a stroke.
Holy shit, you're an android. How did you even do that?
I took my brain out and put it into this body.
How?
How did I do that?
And it's never answered.
Ever. Because it's too stupid to give an explanation to.
Ever.
Now my shoulder. It's like it's made out of some kind of metal.
How? Real quick, I just want to point this question out. How did Tien hurt his shoulder against an iron door when his shoulders are the size of mountains?
Because it's reinforced with adamantium.
Boo.
That's the only out I'm giving him, because Krillin mentions this is made out of some sort of metal. No shit, Sherlock. A security door made out of some sort of reinforced metal. Who would have thought? Idiot.
So, we having a party?
Must be, because you're late.
Only because of this brat's constant back chat.
Because you flew 200 miles past North City.
And I'm about to put my hand 200 miles upside your head. That doesn't make any sense.
Jesus, they're loud.
Great, and now Vegeta's here. 17, 18. You two are charged with eliminating them.
You know, I'll get right on that. But first we gotta talk about these trust issues, because I get this strange feeling that after we kill them, you're just gonna turn us off again. And I don't even know how.
Why, with this remote...
Why?
Again, he is a bumbling idiot, and he is in way over his head, and his bumbling is about to cost him his life.
The villain trope of needing to announce my master plan and what I plan to do to either the heroes or passerbys. It's the tale as long as time, right? When it comes to hero, villain arcs, whatever. The bad guy has to tell you exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if back in the Bible days, when someone wanted to do something, they say, hey, God, check it. This is what I'm going to do. And then you go and tell God or the devil what you going to do. Like I could see Lucifer doing some stupid shit like that. Well, you know, Dad. Okay, Dad. This is what I'm going to do, Dad. Like, no, moron.
You see all these peons? I'm going to make them worship me instead of you.
Yeah. I'm going to make them do cool shit. I'm going to show them porn. Yeah. And they're mine. I'm going to give them YouTube and streaming and ESPN. All the distractions.
And I'm going to give them social media to where they can bicker all they want and give them false information.
Haha. What you got there, Dad? Well, you got this book. This book. What even is a book? Because back in our day, we didn't have a book. It was just things. There were stone tablets. Okay, Dad. So I'm gonna take these stone tablets and I'm gonna throw them over here. And then God's like, "Oh, cool. Bye." God literally yeeted his son, yeet, out of heaven.
You mean?
And this brings. Do you remember? Relevant but different story.
Okay.
Do you recall briefly when I was doing the retro and Sarah was on and she had me watch a Bible cartoon?
I don't think I was on or watched that one, but I remember you telling me about it and how insane it was.
It was okay, y'all. So way back, maybe about a year and a half ago, my former host, Sarah, my former co-host, she gave me a biblical cartoon to watch as a request. Now, if you're my age bracket, you know all about the Bible on tape, the animated Bible books, Jesus and the animated versions of Jesus, and all David's got is a slingshot. There's a theme song. Trust me when I tell you, there's a theme song where David literally goes, and all I got is a slingshot to throw at Goliath. And then there's Noah and his floating zoo, took the animals wet 2 by 2. Look, I'm not making this up. Go look it up. It was like Lifetime Films. Like they used to launch DVDs and CDs. So it was based on that Sarah had me watching the creation of the Garden of Eden. Oh my God. Literally. Oh my God. They had.
Yeah.
I may have to replay this on the channel. We may have to react to me watching this. You know what? We might have to do that. Really quick. It had Adam literally naming things like, you're a this, you're a that. Blammo, you're a dolphin. I'm going to call you a triceratops. You're a pigeon. Where did he get the thought to make these words? And again, the universal cartoon language of English that everyone speaks.
Because of course they do. But I remember, because like I said, I was not present whenever you watched it, but you told me about it, because one of the things that I remember is that after you told me this, I had a TikTok pop up on my feed of somebody like showing off a Jesus comic book. Not a Bible, a literal hand-drawn comic book. And I'm pretty sure it was about how, like, basically any story that you can think about from the Bible, they took that story and just, like, gave it life as a comic book. Like, there was illustrations to it.
Marvel Comics presents Jesus, the Final Reckoning. It's the crossover we never thought we wanted. Bible versus DC.
The crossover that we got and never
versus,
asked for.
Batman versus Job. Book it.
Joker versus the Mormon.
Black Manta versus Noah. Who will rule the sea? Find out next time on Dragon Ball God. Bible DC. Bible DC. There you go.
Oh, no.
God.
Miss Remote?
But you see, that's just the decoy remote.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't show you the real thing. But
Pause right
I
here.
do need that remote.
Or, yeah, right here. On
Hold
that
on.
shot of Dr. Giro.
This one?
It's not on screen.
Oh, my bad. Hey, Gaming in the Past and Beyond. Good to have you on the show. Good to see you.
Hello.
What am I looking for?
Look at his hands. Tell me what you see is wrong.
He has a hand.
He has both hands.
A right hand. Because it got chopped off. And yes, this is brought up in the director's commentary. They talk about they gave Jiro a hand again. Toriyama. Bruh. By the way, also, have we noticed that as much as 17 makes fun of Android 13 about, look at my trucker hat, yeehaw, he's got a belt and a holster. He's
with
one
a live gun.
He's got a handkerchief like he's an outlaw, circa 1634. He's got nerve.
He's an edgy ranger, while 13 is just a southern trucker.
Correct. Look at my trucker hat. And yeah, gaming past beyond. Yes, we love Dragon Ball too. If you're new here, just a quick little once over. We're going down the rabbit hole of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Typically, we would watch cartoons from the 70s to the 2000s, but we got stuck on DBZA, and we're on season 3 right now, the Android Saga, and noticing the little idiosyncratic differences between this and the actual canon.
That's what we like to do.
That remote back.
We have fun around here.
We have fun around here.
It was my mother's.
Oh, don't you worry.
Wait a minute. What's in his hand? Is he giving him a backhand?
No, he's supposed to be holding the remote, but because the back of it's black, he can't see it. Some of the animators, while they do a great job at some of these shots, they also kind of miss the mark when it comes to shading and coloring the background so items don't get lost in certain shots.
Right. And yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is in my top 3 for sure. I understand that. I love Yu Yu Hakusho.
I'ma hold on to it real.
Hold on to what? Hold on to air. Hold on to nothing.
Tight.
I'm gonna hold on to this space right here.
And he broke space. He literally just broke space because there was nothing there. So he just broke matter.
Did your hand just malfunction, bro?
Think it did.
That is the most evil looking eyes I have seen in a while. This is straight up Disney villain right here. Look at this. Yeah.
Sinister eyes, like the guy liner.
Yes.
Did, sis?
Enough of this. I'm sick of standing around.
No, we can't do this without Goku.
Why? It's a goddamn door.
That's not what I
mean, he's not wrong. It's a fucking door. Did no one think, you know what? Pew, pew. Let's break the door down with our energy blast that can destroy planets.
Literally nobody except Vegeta. They just thought, we're strong enough. We could just punch our way through. That didn't work. Vegeta's the only one's like, fuck it. Energy.
I feel like that's the one time a random energy blast thrown by Vegeta worked that didn't have a name attached to it.
Yeah, it's the only one that was actually effective.
But now we figured out what the key is. It has to be an inanimate object. You have to be shooting an inanimate object.
You have to be a non-living person.
All right, so where are the real androids?
That's them.
It's them.
Wow, you are just the Grand Central Station of disappointment, aren't you?
How are these people friends with you?
Making a
lot of assumptions here, kid.
Yeah,
lot of
because
assumptions
a lot
right
of the
now.
people in this group are all culminated together by one thing: hating Goku.
At one point, everybody in this thing, even Krillin, hated Goku at one point.
Yep.
Wow, you got a whole hot mess of these guys over here.
And you need to get rid of them.
I don't know. We might need some help. Oh, what's this? Your secret project?
No, he's in the base. I mean,
I mean, yes, this mystical number 16. Yes, not the thing in the basement.
We don't talk about the basement.
Well, apparently not yet.
Very secret. Don't touch.
Wait a second. Did you build a ginger android? Man, there's a soulless machine joke there, but that's beneath me.
Wait, what? So I'm pretty sure that's 3 androids you've missed 2 I here for.
No. Do not activate Android 16. He's not properly programmed.
Oh, and how many of us are? Howdy, folks. I'm Android 13. Look at my trucker hat.
I was going through a phase.
Well,
What phase?
A trucker hat phase.
I would like to think that while Dr. Giro was culminating these androids.
Appreciate you, brother.
Nice.
Appreciate you. Thank you. We typically stream once or twice a week. Usually Sundays or Mondays are definite. Today was just one of those days where Hokage and I had time. So
yes,
here we are on a Tuesday.
Yes.
You were saying?
But I like to think that the reason why he had this phase as whenever he was creating 13 is that he saw Smokey and the Bandit, or he just went on a long state cross country type shit, and that's why he was so inspired about truckers.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Back that up, sir. What do you know about Smokey and the Bandit, sir?
I know about it because I watched Smokey and the Bandit. I've seen the movie.
Sir, you were not even born when that movie came out. What are you talking about?
I know, and I've seen it. I know about Burt Reynolds.
We're gonna have to have a chat offline because that is probably the most shocking thing in the 5+ years that we've been friends I have ever learned about you. Shocking.
That's funny.
And of course, gaming and past and beyond. We welcome all people who love to get in on the nostalgia act that we do. I have covered a multitude of bad cartoons here, either on YouTube or on Twitch. Least in part, the worst cartoon I've ever watched in my life was the Chuck Norris Commandos from 1983, I believe, and closely followed by the New Kids on the Block cartoon.
Which, spoiler alert, was the worst show that you have ever seen. And I wasn't on the show whenever he reviewed that show, but I was watching him review it, and I was physically cringing along with him because it was horrendous.
Oh, and I knew what you meant, gaming. I knew what you meant. That's why I'm letting you know the days that we stream. Feel free to send me a chat or send me a message, and we can talk it out. But yeah, the worst cartoon I have ever seen is probably that. Close second is probably the Chuck Norris Commandos. And the reason why it's the worst overall show I watched is because of the amount of money that was spent for this show. I've read from multiple sources that cost $2 million per episode for this Chuck Norris cartoon, just like it cost $3 million an episode back in 1984 for the Rambo cartoon. So motherfuckers had money back then to throw on cartoons because, as I've said before on this channel, cartoons back in the day were nothing but 20-minute advertisements for toys. That's it. Sucks for my childhood, but the reality is that's what a lot of cartoons were for.
Merchandise.
Merchandising.
He's not properly programmed.
Oh, and how many of us are? Howdy, folks. I'm Android 13.
Look at my trucker hat. And again, I just wanted to reiterate, he's got the Ranger handkerchief. He's got the belt buckle. He's got the 6-shooter at his hip. And he wants to talk about, look at my trucker hat. Okay.
I would like to think that there is a concept art of 17 with cowboy boots. But he doesn't have cowboy boots. He has sneakers.
Yeah, sneakers. Yeah. Oh no.
Show's not on screen. Damien, show's not on screen.
Sorry, I got caught up in. I had like so many comebacks to say about this, but never mind.
And you will do. I said, I am your master.
So you know how we mentioned the Goku button?
Yeah.
You never want to tell, in this universe, you never want to tell a person of color or a mutant of color or a different planet, master or boy, because they mentioned that in Android 12 or 13. And you don't want to tell a teenager that you're their master in any phase.
Nope.
And you will do what I.
Yeah, no, Dad.
Sorry, Doc. Just following orders.
So, could one of you possibly spare one of those sentient?
Bulma, are you sure it's safe to hold the baby like that
Logical question, Gohan.
while we're flying?
Well, what do you expect me to do?
Give him to Yajirobe?
I'm afraid he'll either drop him or eat him out of spite.
I am pissed and
Pissed
hungry.
and hungry. She is right to fear me.
So, well, okay, never mind. I answered my own question. I was going to say, so why did she volunteer to be carried so she could carry the baby? That's why she volunteered to be carried below while he was getting the piggyback ride. Got it.
Yep.
Is right to fear me.
You got one more in you?
I got one more.
Cool, cool, cool.
Muted for copyright.
Yes, we
This
know.
is a parody by the fucking show.
Wait, hold on. We should read it. The following is a non-profit fan-based parody. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
By the fucking
show. Why was Vegeta shocked by that?
I think just because
I get everybody else.
My only thought is that because he had a struggle to try to kill Dr. Zero, even though he knew he could kill him, but seeing Android 17 quickly make swift work of him made him a little bit stunned. That's my only thought.
Okay. And we also learned, ironically enough, this is how you kill the androids, by stepping on their head. Because later on this season, it happens again.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that would be us too.
So does this mean they're on our side?
You want to say it? The original line?
Ah, God damn it. I sent you a fucking Instagram reel too. It's the original line was, if he lets those androids loose, it'll be the end of all of us.
No. Yes. The original line is, instead of that, Trunks goes, if they set that android free, it'll be the end of all of us. No. And in the Toonami intro, that's part of it. The no is iconically known in Toonami anime annals.
Although I think my favorite version of that is the Kai version, where it's just fast paced, and at the end, dude, calm down.
Down. That probably is my favorite too.
You're definitely Vegeta's kid.
So, you done throwing a hissy fit?
At least I did something.
He's one to talk. He is one to talk about hissy fits. Because the prince is all
I want to
huffy.
be a Super Saiyan.
Right. And as Bulma called him out on it earlier this season, the prince is all huffy. Exactly.
Instead of just standing there staring at them.
We do that a lot.
What? They're still alive? But that was my strongest blast.
So you just assumed they were destroyed then?
We do that a lot too.
Besides, what exactly changed from you?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Like, they tend to blitz or like shoot a bunch of key blasts at their enemy, and it just leaves up a huge puff of smoke.
Mhm.
And they think, is he dead? I think he's dead. When all of the enemies that you fight, you can sense their ki.
And Gohan references this in season 2. He says, Krillin, we can sense his energy. Why do you even bother asking? He goes, I'm an optimist.
You're an idiot.
You in the future and now.
More than I thought, less than you think.
Man, Mystery Kid up there sure is cranky. I think someone needs a nap.
Whatever. Let's just pop this bad boy open.
I'm going to step away real quick. I'm going to let you take over for a little bit, all right?
Yeah, screw that.
Everybody who's tuning into the stream, everybody welcome Android 16.
Man, you are
the
a tall
very
bastard.
soon to be MVP
So,
of the entire
Firecrotch,
series.
What's your name?
I am designated as Android 16.
What are the odds?
The old man did always have a one-track mind. What's your deal?
I am programmed with
It
the
is
sole
later
purpose
told,
of
or
murdering Son Goku.
not told,
See,
but
this is what I'm
shown
talking
that
about.
Dr.
Oh,
Zero
I
only
killed
gives
him.
his
killed
best
Son
creations
Goku?
numbers.
No, Dr. Giro.
Oh. May we go and murder Son Goku?
Well, ain't got nothing better to do.
So if the name of the game is Kill Son Goku.
Let's play.
Here's one thing that I
Hey,
don't
we should
understand
grab us a car.
fully about whenever it comes to the androids in this specific point. So their entire gimmick is that whenever they got rebooted by Dr. Giro, they did not want to kill Goku because that was what they were being told to do over and over again. But as soon as 16 says, hey, I want to go kill Goku, they're like, all right, fuck it, let's do it.
We can fight them without Goku.
And I wish you'd understand who you're talking to. I am Vegeta. Why would I ever need that gibbering fool's help?
Because you're not as strong as.
Shouldn't have said that, Trunks. You press the Goku button.
You pushed the Goku button.
You shouldn't have did that. And we cut back to Goku screaming his lungs out because he's trying his best not to die.
He's screaming up a lot of blood.
I'll make sure there's plenty of iron and protein in the meal.
And I can't really remember the last time he inhaled. And while that's sort of impressive, I don't think it's healthy. Goku doesn't have a ton of brain cells to work with as it is.
Very valid point.
To be honest, it's just nice to have him in the house for a change.
Oh, good. He took a.
Even though Goku's dumb, he knows he's smart enough to realize, okay, I need to take a breath.
All right, here's my idea. First car that comes our way, we appropriate it.
Ugh, and all the way out here in the boonies, it's probably going to be a semi.
Oh, I hope it's a truck. What do you think, 16?
Will it assist us in murdering Son Goku?
17 is such a hypocrite. He is such a hypocrite. Saying that, making fun of Android 13, who is the personification of a truck driving, like, southern truck driver. And as soon as, like, he wants to get a car, he's like, oh, I hope it's a truck. You hypocrite.
I don't know. I guess you could hit him pretty hard with it.
Then I too hope it is a truck.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Faggoty Andy and on the Raggedy Ann.
So, for everybody who's tuned in, while this show is a bit dated at some points, even now, it was a different time. So some of these jokes are still going to be a little bit edgy and offensive. And TFS has come out and apologized for these jokes in the commentaries and also just publicly as in general. So if some of these jokes offend you, just realize and remember, this was like several years ago whenever that was considered okay. Nowadays, they know better.
break his arm.
Kind of proving his point, ain't you, sis?
Shut up, Anne.
So, which of you children wants to tangle with the Saiyan elite?
I don't know. How about you, 16?
No, he is not Goku.
Man, we need to get you a hobby.
Acquiring hobby.
Well,
Birds.
then 18, guess he's all yours. I'm on car watching duty.
Ah, thanks. Make me fight the troll doll.
So, ladies first then. Well, just to warn you, I'm not afraid to hit a woman.
That's fine. Neither am I.
Damn. Just fucking goddamn.
To be fair, I would hang out with her because she talks shit. I feel as if we would be friends with her more so than her brother.
You know who I can actually see here's a good comparison. Android 18 is Sarah, but Sarah, a version of Sarah Kid that can absolutely kick your ass.
Don't say that because Sarah would think she can kick her ass. Do you remember all those times? I can kick you. It doesn't mean you're gonna win in a fight, lady.
To be fair, a lot of people can kick my ass because I don't know how to fight.
You don't admit that on TV, bro. You never admit that on TV.
I know.
Where's your pride? Are you a carrot?
I wish I was a carrot.
Oh.
Hey, so was Vegeta always blonde, or?
The birds flew away.
Oh, yeah?
I like
the birds.
Good for you, man.
Ha! First blood! You may as well give up now and... God damn it, I was kidding!
Vegeta is such a cocky prick in every single fight.
What is it, Clem?
Well, you ain't gonna believe this. A couple of Europeans are fighting on top of the truck.
Huh, that is weird. You know what else is weird?
Oh, damn it, Mitch, put that away.
I don't know what that was
I
in
can't
reference to.
believe he's taking them on alone. He has no idea the kind of...
It was a dick joke.
Fair enough.
And he says, "You want to know what else is weird?" He pulled his dick out.
God damn it.
Also, quick European story.
Uh-oh. What a transition.
Yeah, well, here's the fact that they said there's two Europeans fighting on the truck. It's because there's two blonde Euros fighting on the truck. That's why they made that comment. But let me tell you a tale, sir. Wade, anyone else in the chat? Way back in 2011, your boy moved to Australia for a time. Now, I was living in New York, so it's a 24-hour complete flight when you factor in transfers and connecting flights, etc. So I had to fly from New York to all the way to California, LA. Hold on one second. That tweet I sent you corrects. Oh, you sent me a tweet? What tweet did you send me? Oh, Wade says he sent me a tweet.
I saw that in the chat.
Okay. So your boy was flying from New York to California to take a connecting flight to Australia. This is where I learned to sit in the aisle after this flight. So I took the window seat because I hadn't flown a lot before then. So I thought, ooh, let me be in the window seat and watch me fly from New York to LA and then from LA to Australia. There was a couple that sat next to me, right next to me, and I believe I was on a Delta flight, if my memory serves me correct. And you know how some people, they'll be hospitable to leave space, right? Elbow room. Everyone will kind of just stick to their invisible barriers and things like that. And thank you, Gaming Pass Beyond. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Wait, can you resend me the tweet? I'm drawing a blank. So everyone typically on the plane sits in their little bubble, but every so often you get those one or two people sitting next to you that take up more space than they should. And I'm not referring to people of a certain size or stature. I'm talking about they think they can just sit back, relax, and open up the drawbridge and take up some space. Now, I'm sitting here. I'm enjoying watching my TV on the flight. Remember, this is going to be a 24-hour experience for me. So I'm amped, but I know I'm going to be tired at some point. Midway through the flight, I'm chilling, I'm watching, and I look down. And someone's foot is on my foot.
Oh.
And I went, and the woman is the one in between me and the gentleman on the aisle seat. So it's myself, the woman, and the gentleman on the other side seat. And her foot is on me, and I'm over here, and you know me, I don't assume she's hitting on me. I never make that assumption first. I'm just thinking, lady, get your foot off my foot. So I move my foot a little bit around, like pretending like, oh, my foot's asleep, you know, just trying to move her, nudge her kind of way. She puts her foot on top of my foot again. To the point where, and you know me, I let stuff slide until I can't let it slide no more. So she does this 2 or 3 more times. And then there's an elbow that's thrown into my side.
Why?
Because she didn't have enough space with the armrest down. So she pulls the middle armrest up to give her more elbow room to elbow me in the side. So I say, hey, I don't mean to be a dick, but can you please stop touching me? I don't feel comfortable. And then they start cursing at me in a different language that I don't understand. And I'm just like, hey, I'm not trying to be rude here, but you know, personal space, I don't really like personal space. And this continues to the point where the flight attendant saw what was happening, asked me to move, not because I was doing anything wrong. It's because she saw I was being mistreated. So they moved me up to an empty row. And the reason I say this correlates to Europeans is because the flight attendant says they've been dicks this entire time because they're from Spain and they're acting as if they're in Spain right now and they can get away with this. Because they were rude to the flight attendants. They were rude to the guests, at the people at the counter. And they had told people that they were from Spain flying back from America. So Spaniards aren't Spanish, in case you didn't know, like Europe. So that's why I made the correlation. So it saddens me to be someone of Spaniard descent to know that other Spaniards are dicks. But that's the reason why I bring up Europeans, because that's what was referenced. And that was my second flight I ever took in my life.
I am so sorry, because that sounds like a horrible experience.
Oh, I got one worse, but we ain't got the time for it. That time a woman tried to bring a live chicken on a plane, but that's beside the point.
Oh, no.
It's when I was flying back from the Philippines. Just, yeah. Well, we'll get into it on another stream. That might take a while.
If destructive force they pack, the androids are humanity's greatest threat.
I will kill as many people as I have.
This is driving on 75 or 635.
Oh, don't remind me. I already have enough nightmares of driving on 75. I don't need any more, man.
Hold on. Wade sent me the tweet. Let me see what it says again. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
While he pulls up the tweet, just to kind of briefly mention why I hate 75.
Explain what 75 is for those who don't know.
So 75 is a highway in Dallas, Texas that is infamous for bad traffic, bad driving, and a shitload of accidents. The reason why I had PTSD about 75 is because I used to have a job in Dallas and I used to have to take 75 to and from work. So I have seen an ample amount of accidents on 75.
Yeah, Wade, like the I-4. Exactly. It's like the I-4. It's like I-95, Wade, going back from the East Coast. It's just plasticity. Wade, I meant to tell you, I didn't get it. Like, I received the tweet. I don't understand it. like, is he retweeting himself? Is that what makes it funny? Is because Vegeta's retweeting himself because no one answered the first time? You know, like people will they'll post something on the internet, it doesn't get traction, so they'll repost it to see if someone else gives them traction. That's
And
what
it
I'm
still
gathering
doesn't.
from this. The clip he showed me is from Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So
Mm,
Do as long as you are
I know
one of them.
exactly what that tweet was.
it is.
It's
Okay, Wade
it.
said it is. Yeah. Explain it.
I haven't seen it, but I can assume it's him in the crater during the Saiyan saga with the fucking like summoning thing. He's like trying to retweet shit.
How do you become a Super Saiyan? Yes. So I don't even know if it's a fun fact, but you see all these people dying on the highway. They're never wished back to life. Remember what the wish was.
Bring everybody back to life on Earth killed by Cell, not by
Exactly.
anybody else.
Not by the androids, not by Vegeta. It's that letter of the law too, where we said about the Frieza saga. Remember, like, hey, they should have revived the Namekians because Frieza. Well, technically, Vegeta was still working for Frieza at the time, so he was one of Frieza's men.
Yeah.
Monkey's paw.
Another thing that I also want to mention, since you brought this up.
Yeah, that's the tweet.
Asking. But the androids in this series don't kill anyone. The only people who do kill are Vegeta and Cell. 16, 17, and 18 don't kill anybody in this series, which I think is an interesting contrast to what we see in future Trunks' timeline, where they are ruthless killers. How's that, Captain Crunch?
It's Golden Grams.
Fair enough.
Oh, wait, you'll laugh about this. So it was after, I don't know if you were here that day we streamed, Wade, on Friday, but it's when I showed the big tub of cheese balls and then the big thing of vodka, and I had all these snacks and stuff for streaming because I'm an adult and I have a Sam's Club membership. So I may have had a little too much to drink on a Saturday to the point where I was on Amazon and, you know, fat kids deals. They typically have a lot of deals on groceries. Yes, your hibachi night. I'm sorry, Wade, on your hibachi night. So typically Fat Kids Deals has deals on groceries. So my ass sees a whole bunch of General Mills cereals that are on sale for like $2, right? Like the 16-ounce boxes for $2. Those are some 1980s prices. So I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. When I get them, they're the Spanish version. It's Los Frosty Flakes. Like it's General Mills, but all the lettering is Spanish. So you know it's not the American produced product. And here's how I know also it's not the American produced product. It's not as sweet as you would get if you would get it here in America. Hold on. Bruh, I saw Pop-Tarts ice cream and no. Why? Why is that a thing?
I'll do you one worse. I've seen Sour Patch Kids ice cream.
I saw it. It's been in a group chat with me and Beltran and a few other people. I've seen it. Nasty.
This went down a rabbit hole of just discussing about just food brands and off-brand shit. But while we're on this tangent real quick, I don't understand why certain like brands who like push out a specific product think it would be a good idea to take either a sour or sweet like snack or treat and then quickly like make a different food of that flavor but of the opposite like type. Like for instance, the Sour Patch Kids ice cream. It's a sour then sweet candy.
All right, gaming. Thank you for joining us. Get
Thank
ready
you
for
for
your
joining,
day
guys.
program tomorrow. We understand. We got the same thing. That's why we're probably going to end stream in about 15 minutes, but we understand.
No promises, but we should be up again this week. Hopefully, it's just play by ear at this point. But feel free to come by and join us on our next stream. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. But I don't understand why companies do that. Well, they take their product and try to make a different version of it that, in practice, might sound okay, but in actual from paper to product, it's not that good. Like Sour Patch Kid cereal, Sour Patch Kid ice cream. What was it? Girl Scout cookie flavored cereal. No, don't push that type of shit. And yes, I've tried it. I've tried the chocolate mint one and the Samoa ones, which are my favorite Girl Scout cookies. They were not good.
No,
I
they
can
messed up
say
Thin Mints. They messed up the Thin Mints.
they messed up Thin Mints. It tasted like ass. It was not good. So
never mind.
I understand why. It's because they're trying to see what boundaries that they can push and try to get more money. But
do people
because of that,
the American consumer will try anything?
Yes, I know, because American consumers are stupid, i.e., me.
I.e., me buying 4 boxes of fucking cereal, even though I don't even eat cereal. That's the thing. Wait, that's the rub. I don't eat cereal, but I wound up buying 2 boxes of Honey Nut Cheerios, 1 box of Golden Grams, 1 box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, 1 box of Lucky Charms, and 1 box of Trix. And you know how much I paid for all 6 of those 7 boxes of cereal? $3.50. $3.50.
That's fine. And to any big brand companies, please don't do any of that shit again. Just stay in your fucking lane. You're doing fine on your own.
Stay in your lane.
Oh, hey, teen, you're back. No cars yet.
You know, there is a freeway over there, right?
Oh, I know. This is just funner.
So, and
did you remember what they said in the creator commentaries?
Yes, about why the voice actor for 17 didn't want to say funner.
He didn't want to say funner, right?
Because it is grammatically incorrect. But
correct.
They're trying to make the androids seem like kids where they don't care. They're just they're being innocent kids, but with powers of nuclear warheads just walking around.
Yeah, they got big old bombs in their chest, right?
Yes. And I would also like to mention the voice actor for 17, Gon, is also the voice actor for TN. And he's able to separate his voice from TN and 17, and they still sound very distinct. That's
very distinct. Correct. Very distinct, very different. Because even I couldn't place it.
Droid, are you done running?
I don't know. Is your mouth?
Well, aren't you f***ing clever? But wait, I have a retort.
Oh, yeah, a truck.
I love this part.
Oh, Dick. Be honest. Is this just a short guy thing?
You
By the
talk
way,
a lot
that
of
trucker's
shit for a
dead.
washing machine.
Absolutely.
And no, I'm not just saying that because you're an android. I'm saying it because you're a
good old-fashioned headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Just for that, I'm not gonna take it easy on you anymore.
Oof.
Father, are you in there?
Did anyone get the
number of that
bitch?
18.
Thank you.
You okay in there, Vegeta?
Eat a dick.
Oh, okay,
Real
fine.
quick,
Oh, hey,
I just want to
Vegeta's
briefly
little
talk
pal
about
showed
that
up.
scene
How about it, Sick?
and that line delivery from Vegeta. Whenever this episode first came out, like I said, whenever I watched this for the first time, I was in high school. When this episode came out, I lost my shit over that line delivery of, did anyone get the number of that bitch? I don't know why. I think it's just the vitriol and anger put behind that word. Just it fucking killed me. It's just Lenny is an amazing voice actor. I don't know what he did to make that line read so funny and make me lose my shit
But it
as a
worked.
teenager. Oh, it worked.
16. Want to go knock some heads?
No.
Whatever, man.
Father! Oh, thank God you're still alive. We have to get out of here now.
Are you kidding me? I have her right where I want her.
Really? You got her right where you want her? How do
When
you
she's
figure,
been-
sir?
She has been whooping your ass whenever she decides to throw a punch, and you can't even touch her. The fuck you mean?
Lame. Fuck you talking about?
Do you live in your own little world?
Yes.
Yes, but unfortunately, I have to share it with all of you.
Actually, Vegeta, you don't have to share it all. You two seem like you're having fun, so I'd hate to have to interrupt. But if any of you decide to jump in and help MC Widow's Peak over there, I will personally introduce you to the ground. And trust me, your relationship will be intimate.
Yeah, not exactly in a rush to help out Vegeta. I mean, maybe if it were Goku.
Did he say Goku?
Calm down, 16. He's not here.
I heard
heard
him
him
say
mention
Goku.
Just focus
Just
on your
focus
birds,
on
buddy.
your birds, buddy.
Fine, birds.
He likes birds
He
now.
likes birds
Can we
now.
stop talking about Kakarot for just a minute? I mean, for God's sakes, he's never even around.
Sad thing is, he's not exactly wrong.
Now, if you'd like to continue
Yeah.
this fight, I can finally get around to disassembling you. You smug.
Ugh.
So we'll get to the crescendo in a second.
Yes.
When we get to the Kai,
It's so much better.
it's so much worse. And by that, we mean funnier,
Yes.
but it's so much worse.
Now, to quickly just give a disclaimer,
Mm.
like I said, it's been years since they made this, but they purposely did this. And keep in mind, Kaiser, the gay one, is the one who wrote this line because they wanted to crescendo all the way up to this to where the feminism is over the top.
Yes.
And it comes from Vegeta, and that he immediately gets his ass handed to him after that comment. So
Also, just to cover our bases, I just want to reiterate, Hokage doesn't mean the gay one. He's
yeah.
saying that Kaiser, one of the writers and the owners of Team 4-Star, openly gay, husband, all that stuff. So he doesn't mean the gay one is like, oh, that's the gay one. No, it's the fact that Kaiser is gay, has a husband, but yet wrote this line to be as chauvinistic as humanly possible.
Exactly.
So
I
it's
don't.
ironically funny that the gay man wrote a chauvinistic line for a macho straight male character to say and thusly get their comeuppance.
Yeah, I don't mean to be offensive when I say that. So apologies.
Just covering that base.
It's not on screen.
Sorry, wait. I laughed too hard to put on screen. My bad. Just I want you to pay attention. First off, Trunks back here.
Looking like a bobblehead.
You smug.
I'm Krillin. I'm like, I didn't say that. Even Piccolo, who probably doesn't know what a cunt is still offended by it. Like, ugh.
It's like that. It's just the amount of vitriol and anger behind that. Ugh.
He's like, it would have been funny in retrospect if Piccolo asked either Tien or Krillin, is that bad? That's bad, right? That's not a good word, right?
Am I supposed to feel offended here?
Well, because remember, later in season 3, they talk about Popo's lips, or in season 2.9. So I could see that him being offended asking.
That's actually in a canon episode. That's in one of the part 3 finale episodes.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So again, if you
Around
missed
to
it,
disassembling you, you smug.
for those that don't know, he said the word that's spelled C-U-N-T, or like my friends like to say, see you next Tuesday.
Exactly.
But in the one we're referencing, Vegeta finds a lot of ways to say that word, and then he ends it with vagina,
and your
which I think makes it funnier.
vagina.
In your vagina, yes.
Yep.
Let's see how you handle this.
Yes, she can handle your big bang attack there, buddy.
Does that ruffle you, android?
Well, you've managed to destroy my
I just
favorite
read
/ only jacket
Wade's
and ruin my
comment.
leggings. So
He's
yeah,
perplexed.
Whole lot of perplexion.
ruffled's a good word.
Well, that was only a taste of my power. Now experience my Super Saiyan.
Yep.
How quickly bravado goes out the window when you're flat on your ass. That's pretty.
Wait a minute, hold on.
How quickly bravado goes out the window when you're flat.
Okay, I'm glad I stopped it because I thought that they had animated his fist inside the rock formation, not in between the rock formations. Because it looks like he's put his fist inside the pocket of the rock formation.
Flat on your ass. That's pretty sad.
Sad for you.
Dun, 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 dun. We'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah.
49, 50, 51, 52, 50. Damn, so close to a new record.
How's he doing in there?
He's doing fine. He's doing fine. 4, 5, 6.
Oh boy. And that, kids, was Dragon Ball Z Abridged for tonight. Episodes 30 and 39. The next time we join you, we will be doing episode 40. It's been fun up to this point because as often as Hokage and me watch this, prior to sharing it with you, there's still little things we're finding out to say, oh, you know, and being, to quote Wade, perplexed by a few things, but also we laugh, we enjoy the show, and we have little anecdotes that carry us throughout. If anyone wants to contact us on social media, for me, it is Damien G Show across the board. That is strictly my streaming media that I don't update as often as I should. But if you have a request of a cartoon you want us to watch, send it to there, or you can send it to Hokage at.
You can find me on Instagram at Hokage.22, and you can also follow me on Twitch at just Hokage22.
Right. Follow me on Twitch at Damien G Show across the board. That's twitch.tv/Damien G Show. Here on YouTube, Damien G Reviews. Again, be on the lookout later this week. Myself and Hokage will be having a roundtable discussion revolving around Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Now that we no longer have an embargo, we can talk about it freely. We can discuss it without it getting a strike on us because we've both seen it. We've got screeners and we have opinions. So be on the lookout for that. Probably is going to happen either Thursday or Friday here on the channel. But until then, remember, kids, just because you have an intellectual property does not mean it needs to be made into a cartoon. Except for something like this. We like it. Dragon Ball Z Abridged. We'll catch you next time on the Retro Cartoon Rewatch.